looking for a cake to eat, crying for no reason.
Yeah.
Thanks. The reason I chose this song, I think everybody feels quite uncomfortable sometimes. This is possibly the most uncomfortable thing that I've ever done in my life. So, yeah, I hope you like it. I push all my problems to the back of my mind. Then they surface in my dreams, they come alive. I sweep all my issues to somewhere I can find. In hope that I'll forget, but there's just so many times. How can I be strong and just confront all my fears? When the fear is hurting you by being sincere. But how many more days can I run? How many years? Emotions flooding in now, it's so seeming so clear. I'm crying for no reason, feel the tears roll down. I felt strong, but am I breaking now? I'm crying for no reason, cause I buried it deep. I made promises I could not keep. Cause I never faced all the pain I caused. Now the pain is hitting me full force. I push all my problems to the back of my brain. A darkness deep inside where I just can't find my way. How can I walk with a smile, get on with my day, when I deceive myself pretending it's all okay? I try my best to hold it all together, I know the strings are torn away and now I'm all exposed. I try and hide it all away on top of the shelf. I can lie to everyone but not to myself. I'm crying for no reason, feel the tears roll down. I felt strong, but am I breaking now? I'm crying for no reason, cause I buried it deep. I made promises I could not keep. Cause I never faced all the pain I caused. Now the pain is hitting me full force. Forgive me now, cause I said that I'll be there for you, care for you. I let you down, I walked away, cause there were things I couldn't say to you. I'm breaking down, I burned some bridges down. There must be some way out. The voices speak so loud. Do you forgive me now? I burned some bridges down. There must be some way out. The voices speak so loud. Do you forgive me now? For crying for no reason, feel the tears roll down. I felt strong, but am I breaking now? I'm crying for no reason, cause I buried it deep. I made promises I could not keep. Cause I never faced all the tears I caused. Now the pain is hitting me full force. Thank you. Let's get loud applause for Harmony. Okay, up next we've got Japjeet Kaur, who's doing a Kundalini yoga workshop.
Hello everybody. My name is Japjeet Kaur. I teach Kundalini yoga here in Leicester. The actual workshop is actually going to take place in about 10 minutes upstairs. So I'm just quickly going to talk about Kundalini yoga and women's teachings from our perspective. And then whoever wants to join, it'll be more of a meditation session upstairs for about half an hour, where we do some Kundalini yoga meditations for women. What I want to talk about now is within the tradition of Kundalini yoga, we have a lot of focus on women's teachings, and they stem from about 500 years, 600 years back. And the ground force for that, or the person that we were very inspired by, was Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the first teacher of the Sikh tradition, who said in a time when women who had lost their partner would throw themselves on a funeral pyre, and when women were said that they could not be liberated in this lifetime as a woman, so they would need to come back in the form of a male in another incarnation. And when women were actually treated as worth nothing, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he started teaching that, well, man is born from a woman. So women is a creative channel through which man comes. And if there is no respect for woman as a creative channel, there is no respect for life. And so he started teaching that if you speak ill of any woman, if you treat any woman badly, you're treating Creator in that way. Because it's only through woman on this earth that creation can take place constantly. Women are the channel. We are the channel for creation to constantly take place in every moment. Without us, there would be no life. So that was a teaching that he started spreading at a time when women were worth pretty much nothing, or less than nothing, in a lot of other traditions there. And he started crowning them. Within the Sikh tradition, we speak about the Adi Shakti and the Pratham Bhagoti, which means the first creative power. That's the woman. And that's something that we, in this tradition of yoga and of Sikhi, bow to. It's the female force. It's the creative power of women through which nothing else exists. That channel needs to be there for something to come through. One of the central teachings that we come from is there is no assembly line in the kingdom of God. And I love that line. For a long time, I personally tried to be like other people. And I tried to copy other women. Or I wanted to be more like that, and I wanted to be more like that. And we're bombarded in the media by images. And we're bombarded by our own culture, and we're bombarded by the people around us by, you should be more like that, you should be more like that. And when I understood that if we're creative channels, and everything in creation is slightly different from another thing, otherwise it's not meant to be there. We can do without it, it's superfluous. Understanding that, you can start accepting yourself fully. And I don't know many women who can accept themselves fully as they are. And for me, Kundalini Yoga has been an amazing way to do that. And that's what our women teachings are about, to teach women that they can accept themselves fully for who they are without having to change anything about themselves, without having to be like any other woman they see in a magazine or on TV or in their street. And so what we're going to do in a session upstairs after this is do 2 meditations that work very much on that, where you can start experience what does that do for you. Telling yourself that you're bountiful, that you're beautiful, that you're blissful, that you don't need anything from outside. And that if you cannot be who you are, who's going to be you? If you refuse to be you, uniquely, absolutely you, without trying to be anybody else, who else in this world is ever going to be that person that you were meant to be? Nobody else is going to come and fill that gap in creation. So it's a place that you want to step in yourself. And it's absolutely liberating to do so. Because you don't have to be worried about judgment anymore, or somebody saying you should be more like this or more like that. No, I'm being my blueprint, nothing else. So it's empowering, it's liberating, it's unique. And it's all encompassing, and it's all inviting. It's something for everybody. It doesn't have to do with any religion, it doesn't have to do with any path, you don't have to be this or that to come and join us, because you just have to be you. Just to finish that with, I would like to first let you close your eyes, please. That's something that we always do in Kundalini Yoga. We do it with our eyes closed, because otherwise you're constantly comparing yourself, and you're constantly in your mind well, how is that person doing it? Well, if you're being you, it's of no consequence what that other person is doing. So if you want to give yourself a little experience, just close your eyes and make a little roll of your tongue. You stick your tongue out and you roll it a little bit, like this.
Oh, selfie.
Some people can't do that. That's fine. Then you just stick your tongue out. And then you inhale through that rolled tongue, so your mouth is a little bit open, and you suck the air in through that tongue, and you exhale through your nose. Close your eyes, and it doesn't matter that there's lots of talk going on. You just go within in all the madness from outside and all the chaos, because you can do this anytime. Yeah? You don't have to be a woman to do this, so the men can join in, please, as well. And just keep your eyes closed and feel how that air is filling you up. Very cool, very calming. And you exhale through your nose, and as you exhale, you just let go of anything that is not you. On the inhale, you just try and bring in new awareness, new energy, new loveliness in your life, sweetness, joy. And on the exhale, you release anything that is bothering you, anything that feels negative, anything that you just want to get out of your life. And just keep taking a few more of those breaths. And just see if you can find a bit more stillness within yourself as you do that. If you can find a bit more centeredness. A bit more you behind all the masks that we use when we enter in the world, behind all the personae that we try and be. As a mother, you're somebody else than you are as a daughter, or that you are as in your work, or for your neighbors. But who is behind all of that? Who emerges when you're trying to be you? Okay, if you want to explore that a little bit more in the next half hour, please join me upstairs. Anybody can join. You can bring your kids as well. We love to have children in the yoga sessions. And they can actually join us in the meditations that we're going to do. I'm not pretty sure where it is going to be upstairs. Kevin? Sorry? Okay. Well, I'm sure somebody can direct you. You don't have to direct me there too. And then I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And I wish you a beautiful International Women's Day and a beautiful weekend.
Okay, up next, we've got a female motivational speaker called Banu.
Good afternoon.
Tell this girl down, man.
I was questioned yesterday, why do you celebrate Women's Day, International Women's Day? I said, the answer is, after a long, long time, in the days when class were recognized, a couple of years ago, in 2006,
You didn't have to.
I was one of the winners
What?
for
Oh, mashallah.
Woman of Determination. The Woman of Determination is, I was determined to work for the police force. I'm the first non-European person to have worked in the police force continuously for 33 years. So girls out there, don't be scared. If I can do it, you can do it. We need lots of women and girls like myself. I'm here to inspire you. I've retired from the police force. I'm still not going to retire. I sit on the Young Offenders Judging Panel. Try to help the kids to come back to normality. I also do voluntary work for Warning Zone, which is training 9, 10, 11 years old
I'm ready.
how to be safe in
I'm ready for a picture. You want a picture?
street
Honestly.
and how not to offend the consequences of when you offend and get a police record, your future is all
Nice one.
out of the door.
Look like a model. I'm joking.
So girls
Like that.
and women, if I can do it, you can do it. Thank you very much for listening to me. Up next, we've got Galina, who's going to sing in Russian.
Как жаль, что летом не бывает белых юг. Как жаль, что осень не встретится с весной. Как жаль, что свет не любит день. Я словно ночь, ты словно день. Как жаль, что нет тебя со мной. И отправляясь дальше куда-нибудь и с кем-нибудь, печаль свою носи за собой. Как жаль, что свет не любит день. Я словно ночь, ты словно день. Как жаль, что нет тебя со мной. Как жаль, что нет тебя со мной. Как жаль, что нет ответа на вопрос простой. И если выиграл ты, то проиграл другой. Как жаль, что счастье не для всех. Я словно стон, ты словно смех. Как жаль, что нет тебя со мной. И отправляясь в дальний путь, куда-нибудь и с кем-нибудь, печаль свою носи за собой. Как жаль, что счастье не для всех. Я словно стон, ты словно смех. Как жаль, что нет тебя со мной. Как жаль, что нет тебя со мной.
Mashallah. Thank you. Well done.
Galina singing in Russian. Okay, up next we've got Katie, who's going to be talking about how to be a better version of you, of yourself. Hi everybody, how is everyone? It's really nice to see everybody here today. So, my name is Katie Akanaika and I'm actually an independent consultant with a company called Arbonne International. And what I wanted to talk to you all to hear today is about being the most amazing versions of yourselves. Like being who you are and being really proud of it. And I think being International Women's Day is a really
Ella, there's no heater, that's all there is. You have to go home and get a blanket if you want.
And if anyone's actually listening, because I know we're probably just chatting and stuff, I want you to hug the person next to you and just say, you know, I love you, thank you, and thanks for being amazing. So I'm just going to give you 5 key tips on how to be the best version of you. So these are things that I've really learned on my journey of being an entrepreneur and actually building a business and just through my own life. So the first thing is actually decide to do what makes you happy, what you really enjoy, and really decide and ask yourself that today. Because when you know this, you will
shine and you will glow and you will do the things that are right for you. So just to give you a few prompts, do you like helping other people? Do you like giving back? Do you like empowering people? Do you want to be that person that does something a little bit differently and makes people think in a different way? We're all here today and we all sometimes get scared by things in life, but it's actually that fear that will push us forward. So I always say to myself that whatever my mind can conceive, I can achieve it and really work through that and think about that. Number 3, how to be the best version of you. Handle adversity and challenges. Because guess what? We're living. We're an evolving journey through life, so there's going to be adversity and challenges. So it's about the stuff that goes on, and it's about how you react to it, because how you react to it is going to give you the outcome that you want out of your life. It's about getting around those challenges. It's about going through the great times, but also going through the ones that are challenging, because they are going to be there, and life is a journey, and it's how you respond to it that makes it what you have and what you experience. My 4th tip is learn, learn, learn. Keep on learning daily. If you want things to change, you have to change. So you can't always be perfect, but get into action, not reaction. Go and lead from the front, because I started my business just over 3 years ago. I had no experience in my industry. I never run a business, but I just had a vision, and I knew that if I learned that one day I would be in a different position. And I spent my time a little bit every single day doing some reading, doing some listening, working on those things that were my challenges. And do you know what? 3 years ago, somebody had said, stand up here and talk to a room of people. I would have run for that door. I would not have done it. And it's sometimes doing things a little bit differently. So once you've done it once and you've stepped outside your comfort zone, guess what? You've gone that little bit further, so you'll go that a little bit further again. And just think about your mindset like a battery. You have to keep it recharged. We have to recharge our phones every day, so do the same with your mind. And number 5, never give up. Life is an evolving journey, and don't let the world or negative people stop you from achieving your dreams. Protect what your vision is for your future, and really what I call, put those goggles around so you deflect any of the negativity. And don't surround yourself with people that moan, surround yourself with people that are going in the right direction. So I'm going to finish here today with some words from a visionary, and a man who I really adore, and who is no longer here, but he has left his mark in the world today. And I'm all about being the change you want to see in the world, and this man really left his mark. And for me, being an Arbonne consultant, what I do is helping people achieve, be more and have more than they ever thought was possible. So my goal is to be that visionary and take Arbonne to the billions, so that other people can have their time to shine and have the most out of life. So the quote I'm just going to read to you, and some of you may have heard it before, is by Steve Jobs. Now, we all know the company Apple. We've probably got phones, we've got iPads, we've got one here, and it's there. He's left his mark. He was a true visionary that actually decided he was going to do something a bit differently, and sometimes people probably thought he was a bit mad, but he said these words actually at a speech at Stanford University. He said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions draw out your inner voice. You have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something. Your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down. It has made all the difference in my life. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. And if you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle for less." So just to really finish off, being a wellness entrepreneur, being an Arbonne consultant, that has allowed me to make a difference, and it's been a huge opportunity in the lives of other people, and just by being the best version of me. And when you decide to be open-minded to ways and means of getting what you want out of life, that's when things start to change. Arbonne has given me freedom and a life of choices and time. Time for me to be with my family, give back to charity and empower others. So thank you so much for listening. If you want to hear more about what I do and you would like to have more time, ownership and freedom, then pop over and say hi. Just come and say hi, because I love meeting new people. Don't leave it too late to have a plan B. Everyone needs a plan B, and you don't want to leave it until you need one to have one. So thank much for listening,
And Mike,
everyone.
yeah,
Have an
come on, guys.
amazing day.
Quickly, the bus is
Just
gonna die.
enjoy International Women's Day. See you, everyone.
Okay, up next we've got Cheryl, who's going to be who's going to give an inspirational talk.
Hello everyone. Okay, for those, well I'm sure, my name is Cheryl, I'm a trading, and I'm Antoine Akpom's mother. And firstly I'd like to say thank you to everyone in Leicester for the support and the love and the understanding they've given us during the moment of our upset with his murder.
He's here. He came here. He's here. He's here.
got Thania from Either Women organisation. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been asked to give a talk about women in education. So, why am I going to give this talk? Basically, in some communities, it is actually believed that women in higher education is a threat. Either actually they're actually going to lose the values of the family or community. And what it is actually it's very important, as you know, and education is quite important in our society. And women are not only the people that we want to educate. You know, a lot of community actually prioritize educating boys than women. And if you educate women, you actually educate the whole family. And that educated women can not only actually have an influence for whole family, but actually it can go to community, and it can actually go to the society in a way. So what actually happened in life is when you are immigrant or refugee, the only way out is actually education. And if you educate yourself, that is your, ticket for success. But sometimes the way that you plan, things doesn't go that way. And what actually sometimes happens in life is you actually get that brick walls that no, you can't do that, you can't do this because you are a mother, or because of you come from in a specific community, or or maybe the language is a barrier. So what I would like to actually say is, regardless of what actually you're gonna meet, you're gonna always see people who are gonna actually try to stop you. I came from Somalia. As a refugee, I came to Denmark, and when I came in that country, what I had to experience was people in my community telling me, oh no, when I told them my plans, what I want to do in life, they told me that, learning the Danish language is so difficult. And by the way, why do you need to learn the language and go for a higher education? Because if you get an education in Denmark and learn the language, it is like, taking a necklace, borrowing basically a necklace and putting in your neck. And after, a couple of years, or you have been living in that country, by the time you're leaving from the airport, from, Copenhagen, you have to actually leave that necklace that you borrowed. That is actually the idea, the concept that my people, my community had. And not only I had to face that, but also the teachers or people who I actually come across, when I told them what I want to do in life, they were like saying, oh, that is actually many years, and it's gonna take, very long time to do that. And by the way, you are a mother, you have kids, why don't you do a carer or something like that, because you have a medical background, you can do that job. But I didn't take that no from them. So what I had to basically do is try to learn as many things as I could, finish the language, go and push myself as much as I could. And one of the things that I had to do is, I was actually in the middle of my labor and I was in the classroom. And after a couple of hours trying to hang in there, at the end I said, to my teacher, I need to go. And she asked me, where are you going? And I said, I'm gonna pick up my son and then check myself to the hospital. And after that, I'm gonna go home. And she looked at me and said, no, you are actually in labor, so let me take you to the hospital. And less than actually 1 hour, I had my second son. So that was determinations. And there is actually and a quote that I got it from Maya Angelou, who actually I believe is a great woman, and she says actually it's from her brother, and it says that all knowledge is indispensable and currency, and it depends, depending up on the market, learn everything. That is what I did, whether it is a course, learning just how to sew. You know, imagine a girl from Mogadishu, you know, I had, yes, medical background, but, you know, I didn't know everything. So I take the opportunity, you know, whatever comes into my way, I try to learn it. And that actually empowered me in a way that nobody can actually put it in words. You know, whether it is like taking, you know, a course and learning how to sew, and I had that skill that I could like do curtains or like pillows and, you know, and duvet covers. Those kind of things actually made me more feminine and made me the person I became later on. So that is what I actually tried in life. So why I was actually so determined and, you know, go on in life. Well, I actually saw a lot of barriers in my life. You know, when I, you know, finished the language, you know, done below GCSE's A levels, I got into medicine in Denmark, and I didn't have the correct grades. I had C. I'm not ashamed to say that. And I went, you know, I was so excited, went to see my form tutor, and he wasn't there, but another form tutor was there in the school, the college I was actually going, and I showed to her. She looked at me and she said, it can't be possible, you know, you have C in chemistry and they shouldn't allow you into medical school, you know. So she ran to the admission officer and told, you know, and said, you know, and in Denmark they have a tradition. Everybody who applies to university, they get 1 day to open that letter, and they know that they made the university or not. I was the lucky one who get that news beforehand, but it was taken away quickly. The way that it came went back as the way it actually disappeared. So I never gave up. I came to Britain, Leicester, and applied Leicester University. Then my undergrad, my master's, and now I finished my PhD. So why I have to do all of that? Well, it has to come from my childhood. My parents got divorced when I was 5 years old, and at the beginning it wasn't a big thing to me, you know, it was like, you know, normal thing, but the day my dad came to collect his stuff was the heartbreaking day. You know, he forgot, you know, he packed his things, the taxi was waiting outside, and he forgot his radio that he used to listen BBC in Somali language, and my mom asked me actually to give it to him. So I ran, we used to live a big house, you know, about 30 family there, and they were mainly from my dad's side, so I had to run outside, the taxi was waiting, and I gave it to my dad, and he left. And as soon as he left, my heart broke into a million pieces, and I realized that my dad will never come back. So actually I became to be myself, well, to be lonely and, you know, to play by myself. And one day as I was playing by myself, a woman came up. And I'm just saying a woman, I cannot remember whether it was a male or a female. But she asked me what I was doing. I was playing like, you know, a leaf that looks like a banana. And I told her, I'm actually selling banana. And then and in my culture, it is unusual to have an adult playing with children. So she sat down with me and pretended that she had money, but it was actually stones. And she said, I want to buy from you. I get excited and, you know, try to impress her. So I tried to actually, you know, give the best I had and hand it to her. She gave me the money, you know, the pretending money, and somebody else, you know, as she was turning, asked her what she was doing. And she said like, oh, I was buying banana from her. And she, you know, and she she actually described the service that I provide, with the passion, the way I select it, and I actually try to give her the best banana I had. That actually made me feel that I could do something, that gave me, what I needed. And from that age up to now, that is what I seek. Not only I have to educate myself, but I actually run, an organization, and I also do a lot of charity work. So that is what I actually believed, because what I believed was I had a calling, and I'm here in this earth for a reason, that my life has a purpose in this earth, and that is what made me to do what I actually do. And that, gave me, the reason that I want to educate myself. So, well, a lot of people ask me, how do you do it? Where do you get the time and the energy? Raising 5 kids and being a single mother and a PhD holder, how come? How can you do all of that things, one time? And remember, my background is as a refugee from Somalia, so a lot of women, from Somali community that don't have, PhDs, don't have 5 kids, and don't actually do it by themselves. But what I have to basically say is that no matter who you are and how much you have on your plate, we all have 24 hours. And it is actually up to you, how you use that 24 hours. And what you need to do is just to stop looking at the clock, because the clock will never stop, If you say to yourself, oh yeah, I will do next year or next month, or tomorrow never comes if you don't act now. So my, message to you is basically act now. So what is actually what I would like you to take from here? Well, don't just have the dream, don't just have the talk, but walk the walk. Make that action. Don't say tomorrow, don't say next day or whatever. But the other thing is, life sometimes hit you hard, but you need to hit it hard back. And when I say that is, when you see something, when somebody says to you, oh, no, you can't do that, don't take no for an answer. But what I actually do is, that no that somebody gave it to me, I actually find the way and I take it as no, K-N-O-W, how to get that yes. I just try to know how to get that yes. So whatever somebody says to you, no, you can't do that, or no, we don't have that service, or no of this, don't take it for no, for an answer, but know how to get that yes. Well, sometimes you will fail, and I'm sure, some point of your life, you fail in life, And when that happens, take as a new beginning and feel like, say, now, today, I'm more experienced, I'm well equipped, and I'm gonna do better than I have done it before. So there is a cliche, there were a lot of people said to me, oh yeah, women who have been educated are gonna leave the religion, or they're gonna do this and that. And I had people coming to me and making it, examples. That person, she's a woman, she's from Somalia, she actually became non-believer, and my message to me is, education doesn't make you to follow another religion. Education gives you the freedom. It is your choice, the way that you use. But education, what it does to you is you are more humble, you are more grounded, and it actually makes you to see life in a different lenses. So what I would like to say to you is thank you for listening, first of all, and please remember those men and women who actually fight for women's rights. Today is International Women's Day, and there might be a couple of people that
doesn't understand why are we celebrating International Women's Day and why it is so important. What I would like to say is, you know, couple of years ago, not a couple of years ago, but you know, less than a century ago, women didn't have right to buy a land, for example. They couldn't go universities to study, for example, but people fight and they actually gave us that right to vote. So please remember those people who did that. And I would also like to call somebody. His name is, as you might know, Norman. He is the guy behind organizing this amazing event, and he is a man organizing International Women's Day. As an organization, we are collaborating with him. You know, we are not the main organizer, but him and with his volunteers. Could you please give him a round of applause? Come here. Hello? Norman? Well, he disappeared. So I would like to say to him thank you, and thank you for your time. Bye.
Here comes the raffle. Did you not buy any raffle?
Right, so can we have another big round of applause for Sadia and her amazingly inspiring words for today? Next up, we have our own superwoman. She's built her career up from the last 3 years, built her own company, and she's flying high. So everyone give a massive round of applause for Z.
How do I
Not good.
It's on? Is it on? Yeah. Hello? Oh, there we go, there we go. Wherever I go, technical problems normally follow me very, very close behind. How's everyone doing today, all right? Yeah. Enjoying it so far? Yeah. Haven't they all done a grand job? Yeah. Yes? Give them a round of applause. Come on, give them all a round of applause. And forget where's Wally. Forget where's Wally today. It's where's Norman. Because we cannot find him, but there he is. He wasn't here to take his congratulations, but well done, Norman, and well done all of these young people and everyone that's been involved with today. I did have a bit of a speech and a presentation all planned, but as usual, you know me, things normally go a bit wrong on the day. So I am going to do a demonstration of Zumba for those of you that have never seen it before, or those of you come to my classes, just to give you an idea of what Zumba is. Now, the reason I'm talking before I go on and do the demonstration is just to give a bit of an explanation of the background. I am not a dancer, so what you're about to see is not a performance, okay? And you can tell, because I'm normally I normally get it all wrong. I did try to get some volunteers up, but no one would come up, so I'm asking, does anyone wish to volunteer to come up with me for a Zumba? Anyone interested? Can we get me volunteers up? Come on, don't have me up here on my own. Anyone? Anyone? You're going to make me do this on my own? Alright, okay. So let me just give you a bit of background what Zumba is. Zumba is a fitness program, unique to most other fitness programs out there. It's not unique to women though. Around the world, Zumba is kind of done by men and women. But in Leicester, I do Zumba for women only, and I want to give a little bit of background to that once I've done my demonstration. It uses different dance styles, and I've kind of incorporated a few different dance styles in my demonstration today to give you an idea of the different types of music that we use. And what I do is I do base a lot of my all of my class based on scientific principles of fitness. So within a Zumba class, let me give you a little bit of facts and figures. 1 hour of Zumba, you can burn up to 800 calories. Did you hear that? 800 calories. 1 hour, 800 calories. There's some ladies here. Tell me who comes to my classes. Hands up. Yeah? Do you all enjoy it? That's number 2. Fact number 2 is fitness, but it puts the fun back into fitness. If you're going to spend an hour of your time doing things to your body, you might as well enjoy it, hey? You might as well enjoy it? Alright, let me do the hard work. What I do is I use principles of fitness. That is high impact training, endurance, balance, strength training, cardio, and stretching all in 1 hour.
You don't need to worry. All you're going to worry about is what that crazy lady is doing out front on stage. And in a minute, you'll see how crazy I am, yeah? I do this in front of all these people. I've got to be a bit crazy. And number three, most importantly, and particularly for women in our community, what it does for you is gives you, not only does it give you what you need in terms of keeping fit, in terms of your health, so avoid things like diabetes, heart disease, and all those horrible things that you hear about in the media all the time. And the main thing for me, ladies, the main thing is for me, and the message I want to get out for you today, is not about being skinny. I do not endorse skinny. What I endorse is losing weight for fitness. Do Zumba for fitness. Do Zumba for keeping fit. It's not about skin. The media portrays images out there about what we should look like. We do not need to look like that because we are an individual. Do Zumba to help you maintain your health for now, for the future, and for your kids. Alright, and that's what the ladies within our classes do. They'll all say here, we've got a lot of mothers. I have mothers, grandmothers, daughters, the daughters' daughters, the aunties, the mother-in-laws, the whole generation coming. And why? It's for one thing. Because we have now taken our fitness in our own hands, and women in our community are now starting to take their health seriously. And for me, that is the nicest thing for me to see. So I do hope you enjoy the demonstration. If you don't enjoy it, just laugh. It's fine. I don't mind. I'm used to it. But the thing is, remember, this is not a dance performance. I have to say that because you know I'm going to get it all wrong, right? Okay, so I've chosen a Bhangra track to begin with, and if anyone does wish to join me, please do, so I don't look like the crazy woman outside on the stage.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell the woman I star. Well, this is just me and I'm watching. So all the box better watch you watching. Like most of the ladies know what I'm the ladies who want to see what's on crazy. Jine mera dil luttiya, jine mainu maar suttiya. Jine mera dil luttiya, jine mainu maar suttiya. Lak patla balori ode nain nain kanni chumke ulare ode lain lain kalla kardi shayad to mithiya. Jine mera dil luttiya, jine mainu maar suttiya. Jine mera dil luttiya. It's a crucial collaboration. Trust me, sir, I'm not in ya. Shit at the control station. Tell us stop. सामने किसे दी उपलोड़ो संगती दुनिया तो चोरी चोरी दिल मांगती सामने किसे दी उपलोड़ो संगती दुनिया तो चोरी चोरी दिल मांगती नारा लिखती रोज सानू चिट्ठियां जिन्हें मेरा दिल लुटिया जिन्हें मैनू मार सुटिया जिन्हें मेरा दिल लुटिया I miss the mercy, mercy, mercy. You know that lady. I wish you just leave me lonely, lonely. I think about you only. I wanna hold you in my arms and I never let you go. Give me one chance and girl, I'll make you know that me ready to take it nice and I'm ready to take it slow. There's only one girl I wish I could make you slow. Mercy, mercy, mercy. You know that me love me, lady, lady. I wish you just leave me lonely, lonely. I think about you only.